Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, one. Oh, finished that already. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Teeny Mutant Ninja Turtles came out today. The first episode is about 3 minutes, so I guess that's going to be the regular length of episodes in this show. Unless they're just going to vary from episode to episode, because that's usually how web shows go. And this is like a web show, not a TV show, so... Although I do think it is going to air on Nick Jr., I heard. I'm not sure about that, I'll double check, but... The first episode, I'm going to give you the rundown, and then I'm going to give my thoughts about it, and how do I feel about this, and whatnot. But minor news, or I guess not minor news, but kind of related news, but not related to Teeny Mutant Ninja Turtles in specific. NECA has stopped making TMNT figures because of some kind of legal licensing issues that came from Playmates losing the rights to the Turtles to Mattel. Damn it, we can't have good things. Also, Paramount and Warner Brothers are on the verge of merging. There's a few extra roadblocks, but they got through one of their first major hurdles in this merger, which is not good. But that's a topic for another video. I'm bringing it up because Turtles is partially owned by Paramount now, so it's kind of related. Anyway, the episode begins with Donnie in his lab experiment. It's basically what I predicted. I didn't predict the ending of how they would defeat it, but I predicted the premise and how the beginning of it would be. Because it's a kid's show, of course. Little kid's show. They're not going to try too hard. They're going to have the most predictable plot ever. Okay. I'm not going to rant or ramble. Not yet. So at the beginning, he's experimenting in his lab on a pizza. And he says he figured out a way to get it to have more toppings. So he pours some goo on there and it starts sprouting extra pepperoni. Okay. It's just a kid's show. Shouldn't take it too seriously, but wouldn't it be easier to just order extra toppings or even go buy yourself a bag of pepperoni and put them on there yourself if this is such an issue? And I don't even think the science makes sense. It's a cartoon. It's not supposed to really make sense, but this just feels dumb. Like kids show, little kids show dumb. My video I made last where I was hoping it would be like Bluey and not like, slop. This is starting to look like it's slop, but maybe it gets better. We'll have to find out with the next episode. We got 30 episodes on the way. So here's one, so 29 left. So he pours it on there, extra pepperoni just starts popping up, growing on it like a freaking flower blooming. And then Mikey, being Mikey, pours the whole thing on there, which causes it to mutate and become giant and start attacking. And then it starts flying around the lair and starts attacking Leo and Raph, who are training in some kind of training room. And they fight it off, and then it goes out the window, which... Pause. Are they not in the sewers? What the fuck is going on with... What? They're not in the sewers. No, they gotta be in the sewers. What? What's going on here? Are they just above ground? What's the deal here? Why is there a window? They must be in a very specific part of the sewers that just so happens to reach the outside and they decide to put a window there or something. Maybe they're in like something adjacent to the sewers like a subway terminal, like in the movies in Next Mutation. So maybe a window would make sense. Or maybe like in season like 4 of 2003, they're in a sewage treatment plant. So that's a building above ground, but it's still. Or I don't know. I'm hung up on this because this feels. And I don't know. It feels off. And there's no. We haven't seen Splinter yet. There's no Splinter. So what the heck is going on here with this? Okay, but whatever. Moving on. It goes out the window, starts rampaging through New York. The news reports about it. Then we finally get the theme song, if you can call it that, which was just the promo that we saw months ago, where they're like, Leo, Raph, Donnie, Mikey, go Ninja Turtles, go. That's the theme song. They're not, I don't even know if we can count that because they're not really singing, they're just saying stuff. But I guess it is kind of still technically it's the, You know what? It's better than Tails, the Mutant Mayhem Tails, not the 2012 Tails. It's better than Tails. At least it's not just numbers. So then the episode continues with them trying to stop the pizza monster, but failing every step of the way because, they can't just win right away. We gotta have them lose once or twice for plot reasons so the plot can go on longer. And that's when, I don't remember what happens. Someone says something that gives Donnie an idea. So then he pours another yellow liquid. The original liquid was orange. He pours a yellow liquid on there, which causes the pizza monster to freak out and shrink. And he says the only one way to stop a bad pizza is with a bad topping, and it's pineapple. So now it's a pineapple pizza. And me, as a pineapple pizza enjoyer, sorry to my Italians, if any Italians are watching me, I like pineapple on pizza. So that was a jab towards me. Frick you. But then Mikey was like, oh, what are you talking about? Pineapple's great. Thank you, Mikey. And he's like, get some anchovies and jelly beans on there. I'm like, oh, I can't say anything about the jelly beans. I've never tried that. I was going to, but never got the chance. Anchovies? Fuck no. Fuck no, Mike. We agree on pineapple, but we're going to have to respectfully disagree on the anchovies. I've tried anchovy pizza before. I couldn't finish that thing. I tried. It's just not good. Anchovies are not good. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway. So the pizza shrinks and Mikey picks it up off the ground and starts eating it. Ew, but, that's normal for Mikey's. But that's not a good lesson to teach kids. Whatever. And it ends. That's where it ends. So the Turtles, I don't know if this is an iteration where they're known by people, kind of like 87, or not. We don't see many people out on the streets. I'm guessing they must have evacuated when the pizza monster was attacking. So that means the Turtles could just go around and do stuff. But if this is a universe where the Turtles are known about, it would make sense why their lair is above ground here. I don't know. I don't know if the show's ever going to give us details on what the heck is going on with all that. They're probably not, but... Where is Splinter? We don't see Splinter. I was expecting to see him, even if it was only for a second. But no, we haven't seen Splinter yet. Where the heck is Splinter? Oh well, he'll probably show up at some point. Maybe April too, maybe Casey. Maybe. I'm really, really hung up on the whole their lair is possibly above ground thing. It's weird. So, I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. I don't remember. I probably did. But in case anyone hasn't, seen my older videos or whatnot, and anyone is watching this, years ago, like I think almost 5 years ago now, roughly, I came up with this concept called mythologies. Basically, it's a way to categorize TMNT iterations. Basically, I try to take taxonomy like we do for animals and plants and stuff, living things, and try to categorize iterations of TMNT in a similar manner, with mythologies being at the top, that being like the domain. And then we got, lore, and there's, I don't remember, but basically there's little things underneath. So basically, Mirage and 2003 are under the same lore, but they're different continuities. So that's a good example. So when when Rise came out, it's a good show. Rise is a good show. It prematurely got canceled because freaking greedy Nickelodeon. I hope Rise comes back, but we just gotta keep holding out hope that it will. But it doesn't seem like it. But the point is, Rise was good, and it did have a significant fan base. Both older Turtle fans and some new Turtle fans who got introduced to the Turtles through this iteration. Some of which say this is the only iteration they like, which, it's fair, you like what you like. But it got a lot of unnecessary hate because it was too different. Which is crazy. Didn't Turtles Forever teach us the lesson that, the differences are good? All the different Turtles iterations, so many different universes, and all of them are so drastically different. But somehow Rise was like too different. Changing their weapons, changing their personalities, ages, and roles in the group around. Making Splinter a lazy, fat, old bastard. Oh, and making April black. Ooh, oh no, she's black. Racist. Apparently all those are like too different, and I'm like, but it's a good show. Why can't you just enjoy it? It's good. And they're like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. You're only hating on it because it's different. You're not actually looking at the quality of the writing or anything like that. But whatever. I came up with the idea of mythologies, hoping that if I just slap a different label on it, maybe people will like it better. Like, yeah, it's different, but that's because it's a different mythos. The original TMNT mythos contains most TMNT iterations. The original Mirage, 87, 2003, 1990 movies, 2012, etc. All those are a part of the original mythos. Rise is its own mythos, and using that idea, so you could make another iteration of Rise. Basically, a new Turtles iteration. Doesn't have to follow the story of Rise. It can do its own story, like IDW. Doesn't follow any previous story. It does its own thing. You can make your own new story under the Rise mythos, where the Turtles have the Rise personalities, but it's a new story. Like how 87 was totally different from Mirage. You get what I'm saying, right? So I was like, yeah, mythologies. So then I came up with ideas for mythologies, which it's not an idea for a specific iteration. It's an idea for guidelines for. Never mind. I'm going on a too big a side tangent. Point is, I made TMNT mythologies, but they never caught on. I tried posting them on Facebook, never caught on. Moved to Tumblr, never caught on. So I retired them. Then I made a new group of friends that later backstabbed me. That's neither here nor there. That's another story for another day. And those friends told me that mythologies is too complicated of an idea and seems like it's restricting creativity by having to make sure your iteration fits in a window. Having to make sure it fits criteria to fit somewhere seems like it would restrict creativity. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm just going to give up on mythologies. The idea is never going to catch on. Oh well. But the point is Teeny Mutant Ninja Turtles, is it part of the normal TMNT mythology? Or is it a new one? Where in this mythology, they possibly start out without a Splinter and then get him later, and for some reason their lair is above ground instead of in the sewers. Their personalities appear to be, well, they're not too distinct yet because, one, the show just started, but also they're kids, so maybe they haven't developed that much yet. I mean, I can kind of tell there's a little differences there, like Donnie's clearly the smart one. But other than that, I can't really tell them apart yet. Oh crap, my mom's waking up. Hold on. Okay, she's just going to the bathroom. Anyway, can't really tell them apart yet, but... Oh, I said in my last few videos that during the teaser trailer, I couldn't tell who was who. Their voices sound too similar. I can, after listening to it a few more times and watching the first episode, I can kind of tell there's some differences in their voices, but they're still too close for my liking. It's still hard to tell who's who, sometimes. Anyway, another thing. So one rule to make it a different mythology is if the personalities are different, and I can't tell if they're different enough here. Another thing is weapons. Their weapons are weird here. Leo only has one sword, and these weapons look... I guess they're young, so it's supposed to be just practice weapons. That's why they look weird. They're like toys, safety versions. But Leonardo's sword has weird abilities. One of the things they try to do to stop the pizza monster is Leo shoots glue from his sword. So does his sword have magic in this iteration? Is there a story that's going to be told with that? Are we ever going to get explanation? I don't know. I don't want to just make every new iteration of TMNT that comes out a totally new mythology, because that's going to get ridiculous. I want to just fit this underneath the normal TMNT mythos. But it's starting to look like it is a new mythos. It's got some weird stuff going on. But maybe that's just me. It's probably just me. I'm worried we're not even going to get a Splinter or Shredder in this universe. I mean, in this show. They definitely exist in the universe. We just might not ever run into them. But no, we can't just not have a Splinter or Shredder. There's got to be Splinter. They just haven't shown him yet, surely. Surely we're going to see Splinter, right? The episodes are only 3 minutes. They don't have a whole lot of time to do stuff, so they just couldn't squeeze him in. He'll probably only show up in episodes that are dedicated to him, like that are about him. Like, I could see them doing a birthday episode for Splinter, where the Turtles gotta give him a present. I could see that. But, okay, enough side tangents, enough rants, enough rambles. I'm almost 20 minutes into the video, so... What do I think of this show? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it everything I hoped? Is it everything I feared? What is it? It exists. It's definitely meant for little kids, so there's not a whole lot of substance to it, which sucks. Just because something's made for little kids doesn't mean you gotta be lazy with it. You could have substance there. The show has potential. It could be better. But from what I can tell from the first episode, it seems like it's just going to be kid slop. Seems like. Maybe wait till another couple episodes come out, and we'll see if there's anything more to it. But it just seems like it's... It just seems like it's... I mean, it's not as boring as that Disney AI Fox show. But that might just be my bias because it's Ninja Turtles, so I'm automatically going to think it's something I like, so I'm just going to, like it. Maybe it actually is really, really boring, and I'm just being extra generous with it. I don't know. I wonder if we're going to get, new villains, old villains, anything. The first episode was about a pizza monster, so that could be this universe's version of Pizza Face? No, I mean, maybe. No, they just call it the Pizza Monster, so different character. Similar concept, but different character. I was hoping this would be like Pizza Face, but no. It's just some generic throwaway monster. Which I guess I can't get onto them too much because 87 did that a lot, but 87 had more substance. Speaking of 87, me and my girlfriend have been watching through 87. We're a good ways into season 3 now. She's enjoying it, but she's also, got bored with it, so she put it off for a while. I was like, we usually do it on Tuesdays. And I asked her, do you feel like watching Turtles today or no? And sometimes she'd be like, yeah, let's watch it. And other times she'd be like, nah, next week. And she kept putting it off until Tubi took 87 off. So now I could just watch them on YouTube, but I prefer using my pirating website. Although I could just do it on YouTube. Nah. Maybe. Nah. Oh well. Anyway, she's liking 87. She said she likes it, but she also said she was taking breaks from it because she got bored. I don't think that means that she finds the show boring. It's just she, has to spice it up. She can't just keep watching the same thing. She's got to mix other stuff in there. I'm assuming. Or maybe I'm in denial. Maybe she finds it old and boring, but she's trying not to be rude and she's trying to pretend to enjoy it for me, and I can tell she's not enjoying it, and I'm just in denial about it, lying to myself, wanting her to like it so we can like it together. I don't know. I'm going on a rant now. I'm going on a personal rant. Point is, so far the show is not terrible. It's not dog shit. It's not the greatest thing ever made either. It's meh. It's alright. It's decent. It's okay. And that's overall how I feel. I'm more interested in the unanswered questions that I have more than the actual show itself. Like, why is there Lair above ground? Where is Splinter? What's going to happen in this universe? Why is Leonardo's sword weird? Do all their weapons have powers? What's going on here with this? That's the stuff that's, I'm intrigued, but I don't think they're intentionally making you question this so you'd be interested in coming back to get the answers. I think they're just leaving stuff out and not explaining stuff because it's a little kid show, and they think they don't have to try because of it. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just getting the wrong impression from the first episode. Maybe by episode 2, 3, maybe 5 or 6, there's going to be more depth to the show. Maybe. I don't know. Paw Patrol. No, I didn't grow up watching that. But I know a lot of adults like it. Shows like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Paw Patrol, Bluey. Those are shows for kids. Some of those are for little kids, and yet adults can get so much enjoyment out of them too. Can we get a turtle show? If we have to do a turtle show for kids, can we at least make it also for adults too? I'm hoping that's what this show is going to be. I hope it's enjoyable for adults too. And it's not just kids slop. Dear God, don't let this just be slop. The Turtles have not been doing good for a minute. They exploded in the underground scene when they started off in '84. Exploded big enough to where they had a chance to get a toy line made. But in order to do that, they wanted a TV show. So they were like, sure, TV show. And that's when the turtle craze, Turtle Mania, from 1987 to 1993. 7 years where you couldn't step outside or even turn your head without hearing or seeing turtles this, turtles that. It's the biggest the turtles ever been. But like any fad or craze, it dies down eventually. So the turtles started to simmer down. Power Rangers basically replaced them, but the turtles were still existing in the background, like Next Mutation and whatnot. Then 2003, had its popularity, but I wouldn't say it was as big as 87. But it definitely kept the turtles in the mainstream public eye. But it wasn't like too huge. Same thing with 2012. 2012 definitely sprung the turtles up, but still not as big as that initial craze from 87 to 93. But it kept them relevant. Rise. It was doing well in the era of dying television, so I'd say it was pretty good. But that's when it started to go downhill. Rise, prematurely canceled for something that wasn't even their fault. And then we got the Mutant Mayhem movie. Then we got the show Tales, which is connected to the movie, got canceled after only 2 seasons when they originally planned for 4. And we got NECA figures getting canceled. We got the Last Ronin movie being on pause. It's basically temporarily canceled. We got all these different cancellations and everything just happening. The Turtles, we had a feeling we were on the verge of the Turtles starting to become as big as they were back in the 80s again. We thought Mutant Mayhem and this Tales show would explode everything back up, but no. Instead, the opposite's happened. We Turtle fans are getting fucked. And this little kid show is further proof of that. But we still got that Last Ronin video game. So we got some dark material with the Turtles coming. There's something. Yay. Still want that movie, though. Still want that movie. We got these new live-action movies coming. But does that mean that Mutant Mayhem isn't going to get a 3rd movie? It's going to stop at 2? Because they're going to make room for the live-action ones? Like I've said time and time again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Mutant Mayhem universe, but I know a lot of people are. So if it doesn't get its 3rd movie, I'm going to feel bad for them. I like Rise, and Rise got fucked. So even if I'm not a huge fan of another iteration, I don't want to see it get fucked. But it appears like it's going to get fucked. Hollywood just likes fucking everything. And who knows? Cause with the trend and the record of things that are going on currently, the live action movies might get fucked. They might plan to do 3 of them, but then the first movie does okay but not great, and then they fucking cancel the other 2. I hope that doesn't happen. Maybe they'll get at least 2 movies like the 2014 universe did. Maybe. Only time will tell. When are we gonna get the next main show? We had 87, 2003, 2012. When are we gonna get the next show? Big mainline show, not a side show that has a weird gimmick like Teeny Turtles or Rise. Nothing fancy thrown onto the title and no weird twist. Just when are we gonna get another, standard TMNT show that's just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, with nothing fancy to the title and no weird quirk of the world. Maybe not until 2030, maybe, at this rate. Maybe later. I'm writing my own iteration that's kind of meant to be like the next show that would get compared with 87, 2003, 2012. A lot of people compare those 3 and Rise, but Rise is not... I love Rise, but it's not the next mainline big show like those other 3 were. Rise is a side show that has a little gimmick. The gimmick of, one, it's Rise of the Turtles, so it's like a prequel before they become the heroes we all know. And the other gimmick is it's overly mystic, and the Turtles' personalities are swapped. Same with their roles in the group. And I guess them being different species is also a gimmick. Point is, it's a quirky, fun sideshow. When are we gonna get the next main show? That's what I want. There's a pattern. The 87 show had the 90s movies. 2003 had 2007. 2012 had 2014. When are we gonna get the next main show that's gonna have a movie or series of movies alongside it as a package? Rise. Technically, you could say Mutant Mayhem is Rise's movie, but no, Rise ended before that came out. Plus, Rise already has its own movie on Netflix. It's in the same universe as it. You could say, Tales of the TMNT and Mutant Mayhem are like a show movie package deal, but that doesn't count. The show is a spin-off of the movie. They're connected. 1990 and 87 were not connected. 2007 and 2003 were not connected. 2012 and 2014 were not connected. So I don't count that either. I don't know. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I'm running out of storage space again, which sucks. I'm going to cut it off here. See you guys next time. Peace.